Hi, this is Vanessa Joy here with Shutter Mag, and I hope you took the time to read this month's article on tips to easy headshots. Now, there are a ton of different ways to do headshots. I gave you some tips that are nice and easy to apply, especially if you're just starting out. So I hope they're helpful, whether it was the lighting that you took away from or the posing. What I tend to go for when I am photographing my clients, my headshot clients, is something that's nice and clean. A nice clean photo, while I love more dramatic ones, tends to be more versatile. So they can use it on LinkedIn, they can use it on some advertisement, they can use it in a magazine, the back of a book, whatever it is. So that's what I prefer to do. However, regardless of whether you are shooting in a style that's similar to mine or you are shooting in a style that is completely different, something more dark, dramatic, maybe different types of backgrounds, different lighting scenarios, complicated posing, the biggest key to photographing any headshot really has nothing to do with any of that. It has to do with how you stand in front of your clients and get them to communicate with your camera. This is one of the most difficult things about photographing people in general, because people usually aren't comfortable in front of the camera. Me right now in front of the camera talking to you, I'm not the most comfortable in the world. But your job as a photographer is to get the people that you're photographing to open up, to have a relaxed feel, to get an expression out of them that is natural, and then also that matches what kind of profession they have. For example, I photographed the dentist's office last week. So for a dentist's office, they're gonna wanna look very approachable. A lot of people have fear about dentists, so I need to make them look friendly and warm and inviting and probably smiling, since we're talking about teeth here. If you're photographing a lawyer, for example, you might want them to do the exact opposite. You might want them to look more powerful, more stern, and have a more serious or even aggressive expression on their face. So take into account what the person does for a profession and then try to get that kind of expression out of them. It does take a lot of talking back and forth, getting used to just pulling that out of people and relaxing them. But the more you practice this, the better you will get. If you're not good at these things right off the bat, or maybe you are just not a person that communicates very effectively, here's what you can do. Go on a public transportation place, whether it's a subway. For me, it's a subway getting into New York City, and just practice talking to strangers. Now, I know your mom taught you not to talk to strangers, but one of the greatest things that you can do is to teach yourself how to make someone comfortable in an uncomfortable situation, because that's what you're doing for work. So when in public, when nobody speaks to anybody, at least where I'm from, take that opportunity to strike up a random conversation with someone and learn how to get people to relax and communicate with you with ease. It's going to be scary at first, but I promise it will help build your personality skills, which will help you be a better photographer when you are dealing with people. I hope this has been helpful to you, and I will see you next month here in Shutter Mag.